Hey, how's it going, guys? Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we are going to be talking about some key steps for rotations and ranked in Apex Legends, so we can get you where you want to be in ranked. Did you see what I did there? Get absolutely delicious and healthy meals delivered straight to your door every week with recipes and ingredients from HelloFresh. Sign up now for 16 free meals. Use the code in the link below. So I'm going to be giving you guys 4 tips for rotations in ranked, and since the current map is King's Canyon, you're going to be using that as an example. If you guys enjoy the video, you find any of these tips helpful, leave a like, let me know in the comments if you have any questions, if you have anything that you'd like to see, and maybe consider subscribing. That would be really cool if you guys join the community. And I also stream live on Twitch. If you guys have any questions for ranked or anything Apex Legends, feel free to come and hang out with us live. The link is in my description, and stay tuned for more videos for ranked guides on Apex Legends. So the gameplay you are seeing is a ranked game from King's Canyon the other day. Now, when it comes to rotations, one of the first things you need to consider is where you are landing and who is around you. Now, your landing spot is very important in regards to the kind of loot that you get and where you go next. There's maybe 2 locations that I'd prefer not to land, and that would be like maybe Rig and Bunker, for example. Not necessarily because they are bad rotation spots, but more so because the loot there is often not the greatest, including airbase as well. I don't go to airbase that often, but probably one of the best spots you can go to is map room. Map room will be your best bet because of the fact that you can scan basically every enemy on the map using this POI. You can plan ahead where you're going to go based off of this alone, and this really helps in regards to rotations. If you have a recon legend on your team, periodically scanning survey beacons will definitely help you plan ahead. So these are some things that you want to keep in mind when you are dropping. Drop it at a location that isn't too contested if possible. I know some people like to land with a team and try and get early KP. That is completely up to you. But when you are choosing your landing location, try and keep in mind what teams are around you, because that kind of decides where you're going to be going next. Whether or not you want to third party your closest team or just rotate to the next POI, that is completely up to you. But it is important to know who is around to kind of decide what that next rotation is going to look like. The second tip is trying to decide what the next area is that is untouched, or whether or not you're going to be pushing the closest squad to you after drop. Chances are when you start the game, you're only going to have time to loot maybe 2 major POIs, and that's going to be where you land and where the place you rotate next to is, because by the time you're done looting that second location, you'll probably be getting closer to the mid game, and this is the time where you want to start to take positions in certain areas. That way you can have a good spot for endgame. Whoever your IGL is will probably decide this once you land, and once you do your initial fights, if you did land with the team or not. That next rotation area is pretty important because you want to make sure it's close enough to zone but not too far out of reach. Now, when actually making these rotations, the path that you take is also very important. There are certain things that you want to try and avoid if possible, and this is things like rotating uphill. Rotating uphill is not always the best idea unless you're using certain recon legends that can kind of scout out the area. If there's a team at the top of the hill or squads in the area, you're going to be caught off guard by the fact that you may not have high ground for that fight. And then when it comes to disengaging that fight, you're more likely to get shot in the back from the team that's above you. So this is something that you probably want to avoid. If you look at areas like this, when it comes to rotating to the other side, it is probably the safest bet to go more so in an angle to where you can take the high ground of that rotation rather than rotating low. The only time you want to rotate low is if you're trying to go just a straight shot to a certain POI, and taking the low ground is your fastest option. But if possible, try and always rotate on the higher ground of whatever area that you're in. That way you are in a better position if you ever do happen to come across a team. The last and final tip will be predicting the circle for your last position. Now, predicting the circle is not always the easiest unless you have experience with some of these circles, but this is something that you're gonna want to practice. You'll notice that when I'm playing, I am constantly checking the map every few minutes because I want to know where circle is landing and where we could possibly rotate to. And do your best to think ahead. Try and decide, hey, maybe this path would be the best path to take to get to our endgame spot. Maybe if we go through here, this would be the path of least resistance. Constantly checking circle will also give you an idea of where squads may come in. This is something that you want to pay attention to when you're rotating, because if you have circle closing on certain points, you have to think to yourself, okay, there may be a squad coming in from zone that's trying to get into circle. If this squad is coming in, they're probably going to enter at this point. This is a location that I do not want to rotate to avoid that squad, unless you are trying to set up maybe an ambush. Because if you know a squad is going to rotate through a certain choke point, that may be your best opportunity to take shots. Now, obviously, there's a few other things to consider when it comes to rotations. If you guys have any questions in regards to rotating for ranked, whether that be on Kings Canyon or any map, feel free to leave a comment down below. Let me know if any of these tips in this video have enlightened you, and subscribe for more ranked guides and Apex tip videos here on the channel. And I do stream live on Twitch, so if you guys do want to come by and watch me play any of these matches live, feel free to come by, hang out, and ask any questions that you may have. Hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day and enjoy the rest of this match. I'll see you guys in the next one. We need to make sure they get in front of us, not behind us.
Yeah, we don't want to in our back. Coming and blowing our back out. You make sure you don't run over here.
The sun's in my eyes. They're coming towards us.
I swear they're desynced in arena, dude. They don't come around this little.
What the? Who is that? It's a different squad.
Dude, that is a gopher in a hole right
He's
there.
there. There's a solo there. He's
That dude is straight out of Caddyshack.
broken shield.
He's gonna die. He knows that, right?
He died.
I gotta heal. I gotta heal. There's a team behind us charging.
Yeah, he's dead. He's dead.
Yeah, he just died.
We fit on that heat shield.
He died in the heat shield. It's a good.
It's safe. You have any extra cells? And get back.
Shield battery here.
Anyone got any extra cells for some back?
I have 5.
Cell here. Recharging my shields.
There's 2 bats over here.
I got 4 on me still. Oh my god, I dropped my 3 times.
Team to the right, that's the team. They're not gonna have to move. We need to worry about the team on their back.
Mm-hmm.
They're like over here. Anywhere.
They're at the charge tower.
Don't break that door. I'm gonna break it with a grenade.
I don't feel safe. I accidentally took the port. I might be dead.
Oh, that's awkward.
It just
And it went away. I'll cover. I almost broke him.
Dude, I top shift in here. Forgot my portal was right there.
Gas trap deployed.
Can you watch your back? Here.
They're ulted.
Oh my goodness. Got a bunch of that.
Yeah, I forced them up.
Alright, just play here, play here. He blew it on the door, blew it on the door. Got it. They're on the roof right now.
Yeah. They're gonna get beamed on that roof.
We play down here. They're gonna get beamed on the roof. Just make sure they don't drop.
Can you put 1 gas behind us, just in case?
There's no way they're coming behind us.
That is true.
Kill leader.
Just
I can
this
have
is the
it.
winning side. So.
Contact.
They're on the left
Oh,
side.
they're freaking ults out there. Any ult excels, guys?
I don't have any.
No, I don't. You like a side dog? I don't think you focus.
Shields on that bandit.
Just play inside until the final circle closes.
Hmm.
One team's gonna beam the other by the time we have to move. I have four.
Oh, there's a guy in the stairs in front of us.
Okay.
I might be able to just use portal to out heal him. Like go back and forth in it.
Oh, they're down there.
Where are they? Are they on the stairs?
They're like over here, at the bottom. They're holding the very edge of circle.
They're just staying here. They're gonna have to beam each other.
Should sky grenade your ult.
They're on hold, they're on hold. They're getting ready to kind of look for a spot.
Oh, she's flesh.
Come over here. Get ready for it.
Okay.
I'm out here. I have ult.
On the right, focus right. Right, like a monkey. Right.
Got a knock on that.
I'm fucking this team up.
Cracked one. Dead. Last one.
Where's she? Oh, it's over.
Hey,
Let's go, guys.
I got my ult just in time.
There's she. Let's see it.
GG. Getting mad RB today?
You are the Apex champion.
Oh shit, is my Chinese food here yet? I completely forgot to check.
Look, you grabbed that one.
Hmm.
Good stuff.